The finish line is the ultimate goal for all Boulder runners. I got to talk to one of those runners named Adam Crapo about 3 weeks ago when he was training for the Boulder. I'm standing right outside the main ballroom right now where many Republican supporters are anxiously awaiting a speech from Ken Buck. According to Larry, the most important thing in finding the right fitting boot is having the right size boot. He says that you should have at least a 2-finger width distance between the heel and the back of the boot. You know, there's many different ways that people train for a 10K race like the Boulder. Like, they go and run Red Rocks, they run around a track, they go around the block a couple times, but me, I didn't train enough. Donations are valuable in order to build facilities on campus, such as this building, the Dow Ward Athletic Center. Doors open at 8:30, and CU's Program Council will be working hard to make this show the best that it can be. And that involves me not touching any of these buttons. Crowd roaring, cheerleaders shouting, whistles blowing. These are the sounds of game day.
You're playing dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum, dum-dum-dum-dum-dum, and then you got the low brass behind you just blaying away, and you feel like this resounding in your chest.
And that riveting feeling resides whether you're watching the game from home or live from the stadium stands. College football lives in the sounds of the game. But there's one sound that sets it apart from all the rest: the college marching band. For every down, the band plays a specific role, or drum roll if you will, to motivate both players and fans alike. The tradition of using music to motivate started back when the militia used drum rolls before they went into battle. Since then, the tradition has lived on as a tool of motivation. On game day, this field is not just a field, it's a battlefield. And the band is not just a band. It's the key motivational element that makes these warriors out on the field and those spectators up in the crowds get all excited for the game.
The band is just what makes college football. Like pro football doesn't have it. You know, most pro sports don't have the band. That's something that really separates college football from the rest of the sports.
Beyond the fans, it is the warriors out on the field fighting the battle who need the most motivation. And that's just what the band does for those athletes.
Just feed off the energy, crunk music, war music you might want to call, whatever you want to call it. And when we're on the field, we just feed off the crowd and the band, we feed off all of that.
The band is not only a tool for motivation, but also a tool for intimidation.
I think it's definitely a scary thing when you're, trying to listen to the play calls, you're trying to figure out where you're supposed to be, and all you can hear is the other team chanting against you.
And those chants from the band with the drums rolling, the trumpets sounding, and the tubas playing is what creates game day. Natalie Deaton, News Team Boulder.
This is News Team Boulder.
Hello and welcome to News Team Boulder. I'm Kylie Burse.
And I'm Natalie Deaton. Here's what's happening today. Topping our news today, cybercrimes. The ongoing WikiLeaks scandal is shedding new light on just how insecure information can be on the web. But a lack of security isn't the only problem. Here on campus, we begin with cyber privacy. Despite the tough loss, the Spikers jumped back on the bus on Wednesday and headed to Norman, Oklahoma to face the 4th-ranked Sooners. Researchers suggest creating profiles on LinkedIn and Zoom Info that feature all your good employment qualities.
Our top story today, the Denver Broncos dealing with another tragic loss, and sports anchor Natalie Deaton is here with more.
They are dealing with a very tragic loss today, guys. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office said that they found Broncos wide receiver Kenny McKinley dead in his apartment around 3:25 yesterday afternoon. Recent FDA reports claim that some drinks contain the same amount of alcohol as a glass of wine and as much caffeine as a tall Starbucks coffee. Starting off in Loris, Kansas on Saturday, while both teams matched up well against each other, the Jayhawks pulled through, defeating the Buffs in 3 games. How would you feel if someone posted your picture on the internet and claimed that you are a walking STD or the most self-centered student on campus? News Team's Lauren Sieber takes a look at a website that's putting unsuspecting people, including students here at CU, under the microscope. Colorado defeated Western State 93-62, putting them in the right mood to start off the season. With the holiday season upon us, the classic production of A Christmas Carol will come to life again in Boulder. But for one little boy, the story of Tiny Tim is a reality this Christmas.
That is a really great story.
Isn't it great? I want to go see The Christmas Carol now.
I'd definitely like to go see it too. Maybe we'll have to go together and make a little event out of it.
That sounds great. Well, thanks for watching News Team Boulder today.
And don't forget to check us out on the web at newsteamboulder.org. Have a great day.
A busy intersection is not the place you want to find yourself when you're on foot and everyone else is behind the wheel. But this is exactly the place that CU students find themselves as they walk back and forth to class.
I've seen so many people almost get hit, especially by buses. They're the worst.
People are carelessly driving. I've definitely seen people almost hit and stuff. So, yeah, I think it would definitely improve if we had a safer way to cross this area.
Hundreds of students cross these intersections on average about 4 times a day. According to the City of Boulder, there were 505 pedestrian and bike accidents involving a motor vehicle between January of 2008 and April of this year. This intersection at Broadway and Euclid is known to be one of the most high transit and traffic areas near campus. It's also one of the most traveled by students during the busiest hours of the day. So the City of Boulder and CU has joined forces to try to solve this multimodal disaster from continuing to collide.
It's a project to improve the safety of that area because it's such a widely used by so many pedestrians and so many bicyclists and motorists. It's actually RTD is one of their heaviest stops in their RTD system. So what we're trying to do is just make it safer for everybody to get through that area.
The solution? A new underpass similar to the one built connecting campus to College Street about 18 years ago.
Well, having the underpass is huge because again we're going to be eliminating that the movements across the street where you have peds that are waiting to cross and bikes at the same moment and skateboarders and trying to vie with traffic in some way. The timing of the signals no longer becomes an issue because now of course you have free movement through an underpass.
While there are no visible changes being done now, there will be some in the upcoming year.
So we're shooting for the summer of 2011 as the big prime shoot date for starting to shut down roadways and reduce Broadway to 1 lane is what's going to happen in each direction.
Because this is our once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We've got to be responsible. We've got to do things that make sense, but they do take time, they take money, and they take patience.
And with a little bit of patience, a safer and more efficient Broadway will be created for CU and the City of Boulder. Natalie Deaton, News Team Boulder.